Now, for a quick Devar Torah, one of the things that we notice about the life of Yaakov, or life of Jacob, is of all the Avot, of all the forefathers, he's the one with the most, seems to have the most adversity in his life. Each one of the Avot is tested, as it were. But the tests of Yaakov seem to be almost self-inflicted in a certain way. As many of you know, as your fathers, the one thing you should never do is have a favorite child openly, right? You might have one in your heart, but you can't really show it to your kids. You know, I mean, Ari has a favorite child, but he only has one child, so.
Is it okay to have a favorite child if it's in a different family? Is that weird?
I mean, I have a favorite child. It happens to be his.
Good choice.
Okay, no, but all joking aside, Yaakov makes the mistake of showing openly that he has a favorite child, and that leads to all the events that happen after that, because the other brothers, they're jealous. They realize Yosef is dad's pet, and next comes Benjamin, for the simple reason they were Rachel's sons. Yaakov, um, and it's a mistake. But the mistake that Yaakov makes leads to all the events that will be ensuing after this. That the brothers get jealous, they say, let's take care of this, and then Yosef compounds it by realizing he's a spoiled child, he's dad's favorite, and showing it off to his brothers. Uh, you add to it that he has his dreams, etc., that he says, you guys are going to be bowing down to me. Now, here's this kid, he's dad's favorite, etc. And then he rubs it in their face. And by the way, he goes there wearing his. Now, there's a question as to what type of cloak he had. Some say it was a cloak of many colors. Others say it was a long sleeve cloak. One of the things you should know that remember his brothers are shepherds. They work with their hands. They don't have long sleeve shirts or cloaks for a very basic reason. It would get dirty. Somebody, if you ever notice, somebody who is in charge wears white, the lower people wear darker clothes because they're going to get dirty, whereas the guy in charge is not going to get dirty. I see them wear white socks on Shabbat to show that they're not working that day. That's the reason. And it's based on, by the way, nobility of Poland to show that they didn't work. So, in other words, by his wearing that cloak, that shirt, he's like rubbing it into his brother's face. So this all stems from Yaakov's mistake of showing his favoritism. If he had not done that, then maybe everything that follows would not have happened. And then the rest of the story is Yosef learning that also, you're not so hot. He is to be taken down a few pegs. So the whole story that we're now ensuing is Yosef learning what the true nature of being a leader means. You have to have a certain amount of humility. You can't rub it in people's face. And that's, I think, is perhaps the most important thing from this week's Parsha. Something to think about.